Welcome back to another super exciting episode of Wrestle Stop Side Quest. My name is Joe. This here is Brooke. Today, Brooke, we got something special for him.
We do. And a little different than what we've been doing on the side quests. This time we did a IRL in real life side quest over this past weekend. And we went to Astronomicon 9. Which is a Comic-Con, and it was your first time going to a comic convention.
It was. It was definitely my first time ever going to any type of con.
And you survived.
Barely, but I survived.
I myself have been to many cons, so this was a smaller con, but still had some cool stuff there, and there was a reason why we went.
Yes, there was.
What was the reason?
The reason because the best wrestler of all time was there, and I wanted to meet him.
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley was there, but that's not who it is. Karrion Kross and Killer Kross.
Killer Kross.
And Scarlett were there, and I got to meet them. We'll talk about that in a little bit. They signed some stuff for us, and it was a good time.
Yeah. So we're going to show you guys our haul that we got from there. We did do a meet and greet, as Joe just said, with Killer Kross and Scarlett. We picked up a couple other
tchotchkes.
Tchotchkes that we'll show you, but we'll do the bigger dive on those on a future side quest. So, keep you guys coming back for more. Keep you guys watching. Yeah. But it was fun. A lot of these smaller cons do get some of the like classic wrestler crowds there. And if you guys are curious about who all was there at Astronomicon 9, obviously I have a website, but better than the website, if you check our shorts on YouTube, our TikTok, our Facebook, we uploaded some videos of what it looked like there, some of the other wrestlers that were there. Mick Foley was there. Diamond Dallas Page was there. Mick Foley said hi to us.
He did. Told me to have a nice day as I walked by and called him Mr. Foley. Just nice. Walking down a hallway. It was just a weird time.
Kross and Scarlett were there. Saraya?
Yep, Saraya, or for those who don't know her as Saraya, she was Saraya in AEW. That might be her real name. I'm not 100% sure on that. She went by Paige in WWE. She was there.
Somebody else was there.
Who was it? I know who it was. Initials were MJ, not from Spider-Man.
I'm blanking.
Mickey James. Mickey James was there. And then I guess later... Rhino was there, but he wasn't there the day we went.
Yeah, Rhino was a Sunday only, unfortunately, so we didn't get to see him. And then there was one.
But I've met Rhino before, so
there was one other person there who we did meet. And
we'll yeah. Paul Ellering was there. For those who don't know him, he's a Hall of Fame WWE Hall of Fame manager. He had his rings on. It was pretty cool to see those. He was. Most recently, he was the manager of the Final Testament, which was the Authors of Pain and Karrion Kross and Scarlett, before they all just kind of got fired at the same time. And before that, I believe it was Legion of Doom he was a manager of, and some other, I was say other bands, but other groups that he was manager of. Legendary Hall of Fame manager. We talked to him for a little bit. We got a cool thing in here that I didn't even know existed from him.
Yeah, I'll show you later. He was a nice guy.
Yeah, super nice guy. Everybody there was super nice. Karrion Kross was super nice. Scarlett was super nice. The people we talked to anyway. Mick Foley was super nice. You could tell he probably just didn't want to talk to anybody because he was just walking down a hallway. So he was just kind of like putting his head down and just kind of charging through.
All right, well,
it's a good time.
Let's get into what we got.
Flip the camera and let's see it. Look at that right on top. What do we got?
All right. So first thing we got here that Joe wanted to get signed by Killer Kross is a Karrion Kross action figure, which is interesting.
Action figure, not a wrestling toy like that guy in our comments said.
Action figure.
Action figure, collectible.
Which to me was interesting because on the figure, he doesn't have any hair.
Yeah, back then he didn't have hair.
We met him, he had these long flowing locks of hair. It doesn't even look like the same dude.
No.
Doesn't look like the same guy.
You can see him right there. That's what he looked like.
Yeah.
There, right.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah. So
that was his NXT days.
That was cool. He kind of chuckled when we handed it to him.
Yeah, I told him they did you dirty on this one, and he said it's the thought that counts. So it was a good time.
So we got that signed.
You wrote fatality on there. It looks.
Is that what it says?
I think so.
Fall and pray.
Fall and pray. Sorry, that was his thing. Fall and pray. And then he signed it up here. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Good stuff.
So while we only got the signs from Kross, him and Scarlett were at the same table. So when we went up there, we were able to talk to both of them.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool because a lot of kind of like duos that I've seen at other cons, they'll be next to each other, but like they're on separate tables. So they're not really where you can interact with both of them at the same time. You still have to like line for one and get out and go to line for the other. But they were both there talking with us.
Yeah. Yeah. They were both super great, super nice people, very humble.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross is an absolute unit.
Oh, he's a
the guy's
monster.
huge,
Jacked.
way bigger than he looks on TV.
Scarlett was super nice.
Yeah, she was super nice.
Her and I were talking about how the guys, even though they are very tall and jacked, tend to be the more nice personas of the duo. Like they have the intimidating look, and then the females have a less intimidating look. But we are actually the scarier ones and more of the bodyguards.
But as Mr. Kross said, we can go from 0 to 60 like that if need be.
It's true.
Probably him, not me. I'm kind of a wuss. But
I made the comment that Scarlett had her own bodyguard there in Kross to protect her from all the weirdies. If you've been to cons, you know what I'm talking about.
my first con, there were some weirdies there.
And she was like, "Oh no, I'm his bodyguard." And then I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of his bodyguard too. I'm a little bit more confrontational." And then she agreed, and we high-fived. We had a little moment.
Yeah,
It was cute.
It was
cool. It was fun. It was fun.
She is now, her favorite wrestler is now Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
You wish.
Everybody should be. He did have some other things to say, but I'm not going to spoil them here. Me and Jeff are going to talk about them on our Wednesday show.
Foreshadowing.
Yes.
Come back.
He did have, not a lot. He didn't have like a ton of, he wasn't spilling the beans per se, but he had a few cool things to say. So talk about that on Wednesday. But anyway,
All right.
carry on.
So we got the action figure.
Mm-hmm.
Move that over the side. And then for those of you who have never seen a book before, this is a book. Words. Okay. There are some pictures in there.
That's why I actually bought it, because it has pictures in it.
Some pictures. So this is what, his autobiography?
Yeah, just like his history and growing up through wrestling and challenges that he had and things like that. Mm-hmm.
So we took this to get signed. And what I thought was really cool, again, as somebody who's been to lots of cons, they didn't charge us the autograph price for the book. They said since we brought it ourselves and we'd already purchased the book, that it was like their gift to us for supporting them, that they signed it. So.
And there it is. You got Karrion Kross here, Scarlett here. She gave you hugs and kisses, I see. Yep. And she wrote to Joe, though. Or
he wrote to Joe.
He wrote to Joe.
Yeah.
But
the hugs and kisses are for me because we bonded.
Right.
It was girl power.
Yeah. So.
But it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And they, you know, like we said, they were really humble. They were really nice. They took the time to chat with us, which for, again, someone who's like a con veteran, I've met a lot of celebrities. I've gotten a lot of signatures. And I've definitely interacted with some folks who it's like they just want to sign your stuff and get you out of there because they don't want to be there. These two were actually engaged. They were enjoying it. Kross told us that they'd been doing a bunch of these all year, and he was really enjoying them.
Yeah.
And it had been really cool for them to see the outpouring of fans and the support that they have out there in the community of these people coming to see them and, you know, kind of.
I don't think even he realized how big he was.
Yeah.
And in the world of wrestling anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Just based on his.
Yeah. Yeah, he seemed surprisingly
his
shocked. I mean, he had the longest line there besides maybe Paige. Hers might have been longer.
Yeah.
But they were close. If hers was longer, it wasn't by many people.
And Diamond Dallas Page was pretty long.
Yeah, it was hard to tell his because there were so many things going on in one spot. But there was a lot of people. Regardless, they're huge.
Check
line.
the shorts. Check the TikToks. You'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
I was happy for him.
So the question of the hour, since we have a book here, is Joe, have you read the book?
3 times. Move on to the next thing, please.
The next thing. Joe is not the literary side of the side quest. That'd be me, which we'll get to in a little bit.
I will read it.
We'll get to in a little bit.
I will read it.
I mean, it looks cool. It looks interesting.
3 WrestleQuests from now. Not counting this one. So 3 more.
Side quest?
Yep, side quests. I keep calling it WrestleQuest. That's a video game, whatever.
Yeah.
I will have this book read.
That's cool. Got some cool color shots in here. It looks interesting, right? I flipped through it, did some browsing. Looks like an interesting read.
Dude got married on a glacier.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. All right.
Do you want to do the photo now or move on to just going right in a row that you have here? I mean, I don't know if you want to stay with Karrion Kross theme before we got into the other stuff. Is it this one?
Yep. So we also did the professional photo op with him while we were there. You could have done both, but money. So we just opted for the one. But it was pretty cool. He brought his belts out so we could get the photo with him in the belts. Joe decided to have a very serious angry look.
Yeah, I had to look. I mean, he's twice as wide as me. I'm a little bit taller than him. Although this picture, I don't know, he must have been standing behind us or something, because in the meeting him, he seemed almost my height. I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'6", for those who don't know. But anyway.
Yeah, it was cool. He had his belts there. I hit him at the table too.
Yeah.
And if you did like the selfie option with him instead of like the pro one, he would take the belts out and do the photo and stuff. So overall, a cool guy.
Yep, that was me being nervous.
Yeah,
That's me being nervous.
Joe was very nervous. And even at the table, right, we get the signs, the signatures and stuff. And then it was kind of like, and Joe's just not saying anything. And, it was about to be our time to go away. And I'm the schmoozer on this side of things. So I make a comment, and then we ended up probably staying there and chatting for another couple minutes. So
yeah, I have anxiety issues, social anxiety issues, just like most people probably do that watch wrestling. I'm trying to get this because this also is related.
But we're not to that part of it yet.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah, we're not to that part of it yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, one last time here, I'll bring us in so everyone can look at my highlight of the year so far. I met Karrion Kross and stood 6 feet away from him, nervous like a little boy.
And then you patted him on the shoulder.
And then I patted him on the shoulder when we left because I didn't know what to do. I was like, thanks, guy. And just walked on. I didn't know what to do. But it was a good time.
It was fun.
My ears look huge in that photo, so you guys don't need to comment on that. I already see it.
All right, moving on. So the next couple things are a few kind of like vintagey things that I picked up for the future side quests. Okay, so we're not going to open them now. I'm just going to show you what we got. You got to tune into future side quests to see us actually open them and check them out. They did have some vendors there that had a ton of
there was some really cool stuff there.
like wrestling figures there. One of them had a chair from like WrestleMania 14 or something.
Yeah, it was like $700.
It was a lot of money. It would have been cool. But we don't have that kind of WrestleMania chair.
We don't got that
money.
scratch.
Yeah, not yet. So if you are somebody who is looking for maybe like some older wrestling figures or just like vintage type of stuff that has to do with WWE, WWF, cons are a good place for that because there's so many vendors that come in, even like from outside of state, that come in and bring their stuff. So you can find some cool deals. Yeah. They had few of the vendors had just like totes full of like loose wrestling figures. They were like,
it was like
5 for 10 or something, 3 for 10.
Yeah, it was like buy 4, get 1 free, or it was something like that. And they were already cheap. It was,
yeah. So you can find some good stuff.
They're like $1 each or something like that.
Moving on from the book.
Moving on from the book.
Excited about this. We got some NWO Valentines from 1999. And it is sealed.
Yep.
Okay,
the box a little smooshed.
Yeah, little smushed.
But it's old. So
we are going to rip this open on a future side quest and see what these little Valentines say. Do kids still do these?
I don't know, but you know what I'm thinking right now? And we didn't talk about this off camera, but maybe we should have, because I'm about to say something maybe I shouldn't say. But what if like our first 10 commenters
get a Valentine?
We'll send you an
Valentine?
NWO Valentine.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
So you'll need to comment it and then probably have to email us. I'll put the email address below with your contact information so that we can send it to you.
So
if you want a really cool 1999 Valentine's Day card from Brooke and myself.
With our autographs.
Could be. Oh, that was the other thing we didn't talk about. Maybe we talk about it at the end.
Not there yet.
I got noticed.
You're getting ahead of things.
Okay. Sorry.
All right,
I didn't know we were
going there. I don't know if kids still do Valentine's.
I'm sure they do. Like the little kids probably do.
I mean, I did it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember doing it in like elementary school.
Yeah.
Just based off the back of who is in here. Well, I can't read it from there. I got to read it from here. Just a few people that are in these Valentines. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Lex Luger,
Hulk Hogan.
Buff Bagwell, Disco Inferno.
Cody Rhodes just got a mean promo on that poor boy.
And Scott Steiner are a few of the NWO guys. So
yeah, pretty cool. It was only $5, as you can see
Yeah.
right here. So it was cheap. So
it was probably more than that in 1999
yeah.
retail.
Although $5 in 1999 would be like probably $75 today.
Way more today.
No, that's pretty cool. It was a cool little thing.
Yeah,
something
different.
Yep. Oh, jinx.
Yep. All right, moving on to the next thing. Royal Rumble, the card game.
Sorry. Also new.
New,
for $15.
sealed in box, $15. We're gonna open it on a future
And
side
this
quest.
is WWF. I think this is before they changed it.
WWE.
Oh, does it say WWE?
Yep. Into the Ring is a WWE legend.
Oh, okay.
Face off against your rivals. Blah blah blah.
Does it have a
Can
year?
you
What year it is?
survive the brawl?
The Brawl.
Um,
Don't look. Quit cheating. People are cheating and looking at what's next.
2020 maybe. So it doesn't look that
Oh,
old.
that's not too old then.
No. But I've never seen this before.
Yeah, I haven't either.
It looks pretty cool. So we're gonna open that on a future side quest and check it out.
Try to figure out how to play it.
Try to figure out how to play it. Look at it. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. Scott Hall. Randy Savage. Ultimate Warrior. Booker T. Ric Flair.
It's W Legends.
Yep.
Royal Rumble.
We went to a Red Wing game yesterday, and everyone was doing the woo from Ric Flair.
Can't escape wrestling. And then they did a whole montage.
Yeah, then they did a whole thing with Stone Cold and stuff like that.
Everybody like cutting their smack talking promos.
Yep.
It was cool.
Yep.
All right. Next up, which now will tie in with this, is we went and met Paul Ellering.
Yeah, this is Paul Ellering, for those who don't know who he is. This is the Final Testament. AOP are the big dudes there. Karrion Kross, Scarlett. He wrote the Final Testament on there. Signed it. I didn't know.
Hall of Fame.
Okay, Hall of Fame. 2011.
So the rings that he's wearing in this picture,
Mm-hmm.
kind of see,
With
he's
his
wearing
Michael Jackson
those.
glove.
Gosh, he is wearing a glove, isn't he?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. He was wearing those rings there.
Yeah.
Which was cool to see. It was cool he did. And like I made a comment about it, and he like showed them to us and
Yeah. Wouldn't let me wear it.
talked about it.
But no, he was a super nice guy, super chatty. He talked a lot, which is what super chatty means. Super nice guy. I kind of wish I had more money. I wish I had any money. Because he did have some other really cool photos I would have liked to have gotten with his signature on it. The guy's a legend. So
What was
but
weird to me
this is most recently my favorite. So that's what I went with. Go
and
ahead,
what was
I'm
weird to me about him is he was tucked away in a completely different room of the convention. So this Astronomicon was set up in like 3 main rooms for vendors and celebrity guests. He was in a completely different one than Kross and Scarlett.
Yeah. He was with like the music people or something.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
Twisted.
Yeah,
was
Twisted.
there.
For if
Yeah.
anyone knows who Twisted, we're in Detroit. If you may not know who Twisted is, but they're like an insane clown posse band. ICP. Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
One of those. Yeah. A lot of Fago jerseys were happening at Astronomicon yesterday.
It just seemed like he should have been with Kross and Scarlett because it was a tie-in.
Yeah, I think it would have made more sense.
And then I think he would have gotten more visitors to his table. Because while I saw his name on the celebrity list, right, like leading up to con, like I kind of had forgotten about he was there. And had we not walked down and found this other room, we wouldn't even have seen him.
Yep.
And like I said, he was kind of tucked back in a corner. So I don't know if that's by design. Maybe he's like beefing with Kross and Scarlett or some of the other wrestlers.
No, because Paul Ellering walked by. He must maybe going to the restroom or something like that when we were talking to Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross turned around and shouted at him, "Hey, Paul!" And
did he?
Yeah, he
I
waved
didn't
at him,
notice that.
and he waved back.
Oh,
so,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're beefing. I just think they just put him in a weird spot. I don't
That's
know.
weird.
Yeah.
So if you're a convention planner out there or you know someone that is, tell them to have their logistics make more sense.
Yeah, because yeah.
Okay. So nice dude. So while we're standing there at the table and, you know, Joe's getting his thing signed and whatnot, again,
I was schmoozing.
the literary side of this duo sees a book laying on the table. of Paul Ellering's. And I'm like, oh, what's this? Because it says Wrestling the Iditarad. Okay. So I ask Mr. Ellering, I'm like, have you mushed the Iditarad? And he says, yes, 4 times. So Paul Ellering has actually raced, driven, mushed the dogs in the Iditarad 4 times. And it starts out in the UP of Michigan. So again, if you're from Michigan, from the UP, starts out from there. So I thought that was pretty cool, right? So I start kind of like flipping through the book because he wrote this book. This is a book about his experience in the Iditarad. And he said that his dogs have wrestlers' names and said that some of the personalities of the dogs kind of match the personalities of the wrestlers. So probably where the names came from. But thought it was super cool. It's not a super long book, so this might even be one.
Crazy?
118 pages.
Whoa. That's 3 months of reading for me.
2 hours of reading.
Oh.
Right there. I can average about 50 pages an hour.
I average 50 pages a quarter of a year.
But some photos in there. Thought it was a really cool story, right? Probably not something that's really known about.
Yeah, I had no idea this existed.
He does this?
I thought it was pretty cool. And then
he signed it.
Then he signed it.
Yeah.
To Brooke.
To Brooke. Enjoy the journey and happy trails. Paul Ellering.
Yeah.
So again,
super
super nice guy. Seemed, kind of excited that we were interested in the book. Again, didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know it existed. I wish I did.
It or that he did this. So I'll have to read it and, talk about it on a future.
Wrestle Stop Book Club coming soon.
Oh, that's a good idea. Because I do have some future side questy things coming up that would fit in with that. Aw.
A little doggy. All right. This video's getting long. Let's.
Okay.
Side quest supposed to be like 10 minutes, not 25.
And then the last thing we got there, other than all of our memories.
Memories.
That's
so many memories.
Is a graphic novel.
Yep.
Roddy Piper, the Kilted Avenger.
Who I believe should be in the Avengers. We met
Dominic Riggio.
Yeah, we met this guy. This guy sold it to us right here.
Yeah. So Dominic, who is one of the authors of the story, was there promoting it. It was actually really cool. He was promoting, what did he have? British Bulldog. He had another one that he written about him.
Apparently he signed with the Roddy Piper estate. And they gave him, it says right here.
Officially licensed.
Yeah. And they gave him permission to write this story. He also designed CM Punk's logo, I guess, from AEW. So he had some jerseys there.
Yeah. I don't remember the whole story he told us, but they had a hockey jersey. It was a CM Punk hockey jersey.
It was super cool.
It was so
I just
cool.
didn't have the money for it, or I would have bought it. There's only 2 of them, apparently, because AEW only allows him to sell. He had 2 to sell. That was it. He couldn't sell anymore. I wish I could have bought one, but I couldn't.
It was cool. And then we mentioned we went to the Red Wings game yesterday. And who else was there at this booth?
Darren McCarty was at that booth. For any of the hockey fans out there, Darren McCarty was there.
So he was kind of hanging out there. But looks kind of cool.
Again, it's a cool graphic novel. Yeah.
We'll have to read through it and give a short review on a future side quest.
Roddy Piper was one of my favorites growing up. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Oh, wait.
Yeah, Roddy Piper was sweet.
Mess Bucket Comics. There we go. Yep. So there's the British Bulldog one, and then a Darren McCarty.
Oh, he has a Darren McCarty comic.
That now makes sense why Darren McCarty was there.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I did have a good time. I do have anxiety when I get into large groups of people, so I was sweating pretty good.
But luckily, you had me to show you the way, the convention way.
But did he kill Jaws? Is that what happened here?
He's fighting sharks out here.
Roddy Piper's a beast. But yeah, no, I had a good time outside of my sweaty armpits. Trying to see sweaty everything. I was just sweating, boy.
So what does that mean for Russell Stop? Probably that there are some future convention type events that we'll be attending. Check out.
Oh.
To maybe meet some people, obviously post up some shorts, some vids.
Sorry about the glare.
It.
That one's going to be a little glary.
So
that's what we got.
right? We talked about meeting Kross and him being really cool. We talked about meeting Ellering, really cool. Who have you guys met that you had a really positive interaction with, or maybe like a not so great interaction with? Let us know in the comments. Trying to think. I know Ric Flair does some of these conventions. I haven't met him, but I have been at a convention where Ric Flair was, and like the Woo Boys was out of control. It was just woos everywhere. So even if you have some stories like that, where maybe you've been at a convention and you weren't there to meet a wrestler specifically, but there was someone there and you got some sort of fun, anecdote from it, let us know in the comments. Love to hear about it.
Yeah, same here. And we'll talk about it on another episode of Wrestle Stop Side Quest. I keep wanting to call it Wrestle Quest, which is a cool game for any of those. It's pretty cool. But that's it. That's it for our Astronomicon 9 haul. This video is a little longer than our normal videos, but we had so much good stuff.
We did. We had a lot to talk about. And like I said, check in to our future side quest where we'll actually open the Valentine's cards. We'll open the card game and check it out and show you guys a little bit more about that. And
Karrion Kross will be here on no, he won't. Never mind. Stop it. Is that you telling me to stop it? All right. Yeah, he will not be here. I was just kidding. But yeah, that's about it. That's all we got for this one. Thank you guys. We appreciate everything you've done. We're at like 540 something subs. So thank you. We appreciate you guys. And we'll see you guys in the next side quest.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching another episode of Wrestle Stop. If you liked what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You can reach us at any of the addresses on screen. And there's a couple extra videos here on the screen. If you liked what you saw, maybe you'll like one of these as well. Thanks for watching.